It feels like home, home, home. It feels like home, home, home. It feels like home.
Hey there, friends. Welcome to Weldon Home. Today I am going to just talk to you. I'm running really behind and I don't have time to do a recipe video. I'll try and get one out to you later in the week, but I just wanted to make a quick note about what's going on in our country. And I think it's pretty obvious that we have hit an unprecedented level of corruption in our nation. And as a Christian, I have felt for years that it wasn't really my job to step into politics. I've tried to steer clear of it, but I was born before Roe versus Wade was a thing. My mom was on her way to Mexico and she was gonna have me aborted when my grandmother stepped in and stopped her. That little window of time allowed for my grandmother to have the opportunity to come and save my life, really. And she ended up adopting me, raising me as her own. And on the heels of Mother's Day last month, I'm just so thankful to have such a wonderful and God-fearing mom. But as I think about those values that we had when I was born and that twist of events when Roe v. Wade was passed and how our country has moved since then, we are certainly in a different place in terms of what Western values look like today than what they did when I was young. And I just more and more have been feeling that conviction that I need to step up and actually do something, that I can't just sit silent as the world as I know it comes crumbling down around me. When I look and think, it used to be that we were, we used to be the hope for the Jewish nation. And now our college campuses are full of protesting those kinds of values. And is that what we now stand for as a nation? Is that who we are now as a Western civilization? June, as you well know, is Pride Month. And is that what we stand for as a nation? Is that where our values are? The cancel culture, and most recently this Banana Republic fiasco that we've just had. I just don't even know where I'm living, but I don't want to be one who watches all of these things go by and lets every opportunity slip through my fingers for me to stand up, for me to do something. And so I just want to plead with you, if you're a Christian, don't feel like you have to step out of political events. We are really called into the battle, called to the fight. Think if we hadn't stepped forward in things like the Civil War. I mean, where would we be if we didn't fight for the fact that we believe that God made all men equal, that he's endowed each one of us with unalienable rights, among those life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if we had not fought for those values for every single human, where would we be as a nation? And it was, I believe, Judeo-Christian values that got us into a place of greatness in this world. And we are letting those things go because we're being silent. And I just want to say, every time we step up and take that step of boldness and bravery, that it inspires somebody else. I was so inspired by a dear friend of mine, Eileen Johnson, and her take on all of the political realm and how boldly she stands up for such things makes me think, I just want to be more vocal about how I feel too. And the more that I knock on people's doors and go door to door, doing roofs of all things, the more that I realize there are so many of us who are like-minded. We have to stand up and speak out and rally together those things that we believe in. I do think we have to stand up. We have to make our convictions known, and we have to stand in the truth. And I look back at the story we were just reading in our one-year Bible about Jesus and Barabbas, and the mobs were screaming, "Let Barabbas go, let Barabbas go. We want Barabbas, we want Barabbas." And where were all of the Christians? Where were all of Jesus' followers? Where were all the people who he healed, people who he fed, people who followed him around and listened to his teachings? Where were they all when they were screaming and saying, "Give us Barabbas, give us this criminal, give us this man who's a convicted felon in our day and age," instead of our Jesus who was without sin, who had committed no crimes, why did we stand idly by then? And I don't want to be in the midst of a crowd that is shouting for evil to prevail and not step forward and say, no, let good prevail. And here's what I believe, and here's where I stand. And I stand on the promises of the Lord Jesus Christ. I believe he's coming soon. I am looking up. I'm awaiting his return. I hope you are too. And I hope that you're getting ready for whatever comes. You know, when we bought this little farmhouse, I had a sense that God was calling us to be like a Joseph, where we would be able to be a blessing to those around us. And so I hope that you in your communities are hoping to do the same and are preparing to do the same, because this world needs Christians. This world needs us to be fully alive, fully awake, and fully who we are in Jesus Christ. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I have to head out. You can see I've got a big mess behind me I got to clean up, and then we got to get out. So I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'm sorry that I've been so missing in action these last few weeks. We went to Florida, had a wonderful trip, and I will update you on all of that when I get a second to edit my last video. And I have a great recipe for you that is a summerberry mousse tart or pie or some such thing. Anyway, I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Oh, please like, subscribe, and share. And do look out for that video on the summer berry pie. It is unbelievably velvety and smooth and fruity and refreshing. And I think you guys are gonna love it. It has a secret ingredient that is something that is gonna change how I do everything this summer in terms of summer no-bake desserts. So I hope you'll check that out, and I'll see you on the next one.